Welcome to an episode of Chat Cinema. I'm here with Danish director Martin Strange Hansen. I'm glad I got that right. And he directed a very well received short film called On My Mind. So let's get to it. Okay, Martin, the first thing I have to ask you, because I looked at the poster your PR agent sent me, and the tagline is life, death, and karaoke.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. That's really putting it out there, very straightforward and direct. Okay, I know this is a strange question to open up with, but tell me, how did you come up with that tagline?
Well, should we start backwards? Because one of the
Yeah.
things that is about that is I love karaoke.
Uh,
I mean, put me in a bar with a karaoke, and almost certain I will be there at least once.
okay, good
Uh,
answer. We'll talk afterwards because there's a big
right.
karaoke bar near my house.
Right.
And
Oh,
okay,
very
yeah, it's massive.
uh,
All right,
and
now, uh-huh.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, and that actually came out of at one point I was at a karaoke bar and didn't get the rules, so I stayed there for 3 hours straight at the mic. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, and that came into mind when I started working on this short film about this guy who wants to say goodbye.
uh-huh.
He really wants to sing, and actually, there's something about being karaoke is kind of an empty space,
Hmm.
right? But putting a lot of emotions into it and it actually being quite profound is something that I found was interesting to do with this short film.
Ah, okay, very good. All right, now my next question is this is a very personal story for you, but let me
Mhm.
ask you, were you nervous about the subject matter and balancing the emotions because it was so personal, about being attached, being so close to it?
Hmm. I think I must say that because it's personal in so many ways, I was not really nervous about it.
Really?
Because I mean, I I in a way knew that these emotions that this guy is going through, they are genuine, right?
Right.
And so when we get to the final scene and
Mhm.
that acceptance that's there, I uh, I know that feeling by heart
Right.
itself. So in that sense, no, that was not an issue for me. One of the things that I kind of is proud of about this film is that it's, I mean, my daughter really learned me a lot throughout the process we had, and be able to put that learning or whatever wisdom she gave me out there in a fictional form
Mhm.
has been really great. Yeah.
All right. So then that kind of following segueing into my next question. The casting, Henrik Rasmus and
Mm.
Camilla, she's playing the seeing it all bartender, but Heinrich, he's not exactly the gorgeous leading man. He's kind of like this everyday type of character and he fits really, really well. Now, how did you come up with that?
Well, actually, first thing, because Rasmus is the first actor I approached on this one, and
Oh,
because I thought, well, I've seen him several times, and I think he's really, really great,
hmm,
and he has great authority, and he's huge. He's
right.
a big man, and so actually, what I thought was very important was to cast the role of Preben first, because that's the bar owner, because you
Right.
need him to be something in some way feel like a wall you can't get through to sing your song. So I approach him with that role in mind. And then he said, well, but I played that role so many times. And when he said that, it just struck me how much more depth that character could get
Right.
if it's a big man with playing that character. So in that sense, he actually, by saying, I'm not sure I can play that, he challenged me and in a good way.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Now, why did you choose this particular song for the movie? I mean, there are, millions and millions of songs. I know it's a basic question, but why did you choose this particular one?
Right. Because when you're there in that process and you're actually saying goodbye, one of the things that also pops into mind and you have to be able to deal with is there's always a sense of regret somewhere.
Hmm.
You wish you could have been there more. You wish you could have said "I love you" more and all that. And well, and the last time you went out the door, you didn't kiss her properly and all that. But you need to, should we say, embrace that, all those regrets, to be able to say a proper farewell. And I think that song does that so perfectly. Say both goodbye and say, oh, but I regret, but I have to say goodbye.
Okay. This is a no spoiler podcast, as you guys know. There's one sentence, one statement in the movie. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm sure you know it is. That pretty much says it all. When he says it in the bar, and the bartender and the owner, they understand. Has that become part of Danish language now? I mean, when he said it, it was like, boom, okay. Just really changed the whole emotional impact, the whole emotional tone.
Wow.
Is that now common in Denmark like it is everywhere else, or?
No, it's not a common, it hasn't been a common phrase before. It was something I felt grew out of the story and the theme. So, but let's hope that it comes into terms of being actually a common phrase.
Right. Okay. I'm not going to tell you. You guys have to watch the short to get it. All right. My next question is, what's your next project? Are you going to do a feature length? Are you going to do another short? Or what are you planning next?
Right. I have a series that I am developing right now. Second World War II series from some children's perspective, and it's based on a true story. 6 siblings going from Berlin to Denmark. That's 300 kilometers. Yeah. In the winter of Second World War. The eldest is 9 years, the youngest is 9 months.
My God.
One of the siblings in real life. So I'm working on that because I find it really, I find it really interesting that how do you actually survive as a human being with everything happening around you? Can you and stick together as a family?
Okay, so you're not going to do any more short films. You're just going to stick with the series.
Well, yeah.
You seem to be you do some very interesting short film work.
But I love short films. If this hasn't happened, this magical thing that is on the short list, I would have done a new short film here in 3 weeks from now. Right. And I was starting to work on the script on that one. So whenever I get the chance or the finance or whatever to do another short, it's definitely still on my mind.
Oh, good for you. Well, congratulations on being on the Oscar shortlist. I wish you all the best. I hope you make it to the final 5. I think you will, judging by the response you've had. Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Cheers.